Hello everyone, MEHgazine channel here. Today I'll be reviewing and doing an open box video of this Lekato looper pedal. Apparently it also has tuner function built in as well. So you can find this looper pedal on Amazon for roughly about $70, $72, $73, $75, I don't know. Amazon price change sometimes. So apparently it has the looper function of course, but also it has a tuner function built in as well, which is pretty useful because if your guitar is out of tune and then when you're swapping guitar and swapping bass, when you get to another instrument that's in tune, then it will sound really odd. So yeah, so without further ado, so let's go ahead and then do an open box of this. So it comes with, it's a very small size box, and it says mini pedal right here. And from the picture on the Amazon, it does look like a really small pedal. So here, first of all, we have, this is a USB cable. I think this is, yeah, it's a mini USB cable. We'll figure out what we can do about this. And then right here is the pedal itself. Definitely a very small size cable for sure. It's even smaller than the those Boss pedals. So this is more like a micro pedal size. So we can see that there's a USB port right here, and then it seems like it's taking the 9 volts adapter that very commonly used in other pedals. And back here it says Lekato Loop Station LP-20, and it says that it's taking the 9 volts cable. Just one foot switch, and then appears to be a level knob, and then there's a left and right button that you can click on. And also it comes with like a small protective sheet right here. So let's give it a peel. It's always a very satisfying feeling to peel off this. So there you go. There you have it. Very small footprint for sure. Very easy to fit onto any pedal board. And yeah, so this is the pedal itself. And then within the box, some protective foam. Also come with a user manual. I will make sure that I thoroughly read it and figure out all the functions before I start to do a demo. But yeah, seems like a very simple pedal for sure. Seems like there's tuning function. Also, it looks like that it can actually export tracks onto your computer, which is really useful for musical ideas. That if you want to quickly quickly record some music and then improvise on it, or maybe you have a lick that you really like that you just want to quickly record it down. It seems like this is the pedal to go. So yeah, let me spend some time to read the user manual, and then I can give you guys a tour about exactly how to use it, what kind of functionality is it over there, and I'll give you a better review. So as you guys can see here, I have my new Lekato looper pedal right here on the pedal board. You can see, in terms of the size comparison, this is definitely the smallest pedal that I have on my pedal board. A typical size will be a Boss pedal such as this, which is, well, I would say probably about double the size. And even the smaller MXR pedals right here still looks a little bit big in terms of the size when compared to the Lekato looper. So in terms of the footprint, it doesn't take up that much room on your pedal board, and if you like to just throw it in there just in case if you have musical idea that you want to record it down, this is a very pedal board friendly size. So one thing that I noticed here is that it does not come with the power adapter. So what you will have to do is that you would need to take any regular 9 volts pedal power adapter and then plug it in. What I'm doing here is that I'm using the one spot daisy chain power chain to power it, which is quite useful in a way that if you have a pedal board set up like I do, that's likely what you would want to do, just so that you don't have to keep buying 9 volts battery. They're not cheap. So yeah, if you have that handy, that's great. But if you don't have it, my fear is that a lot of people might be buying this product without knowing that they need to have a power adapter, and they plug it. Maybe they will try to plug it in as USB and it doesn't work. That I would think that would be quite an issue for those people. They might think that it's defective if they don't read the manual carefully. But yeah, like I would say that if you're going to buy this pedal, make sure that you have a power adapter for it. If you have any Boss pedal adapter, it'll work. But if you don't, then you might need to go out and place another order to buy the power adapter. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to use this pedal. So some people might ask that what if you use this USB adapter? Would it work to power the unit on? So what I'm doing here is that I will be plugging it in, so as you can see here, and then on the other side I will connect it to a power bank. So there you go. So now that you see that it's power on, the adapter is power on, but the problem is that it's in USB mode for you to transport your songs. So in this case, it wouldn't really work because it's not functioning as a power source, but rather it's just going into a disk mode. Okay, so now let's take a look at exactly how to operate this pedal. So right as when you are plugging in the power cable, so right here, once you plug it in, it will go directly onto loop number 1. So in this case, there's nothing in loop number 1, and what you will need to do when you play music is that you need to tap it once to start recording, and then you can already see that there's a little dot right here to say that it's already started recording. And then once you tap it again, then it will be playing back. So right now the blue indicator is showing you the progress of the playback, and then once it goes back to the original spot, that means that it's one loop. So right now it's in the playback mode. Now if you want to overdub another section, another section of the song, then you just need to tap it again. Then you can see that the color will turn red, and keep on going over, showing the progress of it. And once it's finished, it will actually overdub another section of the song. So not until you hit the foot switch again, then once you do, then it would be stopping the recording, stopping the overdubbing. And yeah, so that's how you operate it in terms of recording or overdubbing. And then but then see, right now is doing the playback, and if you want to overdub again, just press it again and it will start to overdub the song, and then press it again to stop. Now, so right now imagine the music's playing. How can you stop it, right? So you will need to double tap the foot switch. So right now it's stopped. And in order to erase what you have done, what you could do is that you could, while the device is not playing any music, you can tap and then hold on to the foot switch. So now you see that there's no more blue ring on the display, meaning that there's no recording in there. And what you could also do is to scroll to the by hitting the button to track number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 9, right? And then it cycle back to 1 again. And then while you're doing the playback, while you're recording, you can adjust this knob adjusts the volume of the playback. It does not adjust the guitar sound or the dry signal, the volume of the dry signal. It does not adjust that, but it adjusts the recording. What's the volume of the recording? So yeah, so this is a quick, simple demonstration of how to operate it. And then I'll be moving on to using this pedal in terms of recording musical ideas, so then you can see this pedal in action. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna turn on the drum machine, and then when the timing is right, I'm gonna start to record. So right now I'm waiting for the drum machine to go through a whole cycle, and I'll stop the recording, and then overdub my guitar onto it. Stop. Okay. So right now I just engaged the overdub, and then select my sound and start playing. Okay, so one cycle now is finished. You can hear that it already start to play by itself. But then I can also record the next section as well. Okay, so once the cycle is over, it will automatically play back what has been recorded. And then I can go on to record the next section. Okay, so we can hear the playback again. I'm just gonna stop recording. And then I'll engage again. So let's say if we don't like what we just did there, what I can do is to use the undo function to take it out. So I'm just going to stop the recording and then press and hold. So you can hear that the riff is taken out. So I'm just going to start to record it again. Okay, sounds good, so I'm just gonna stop the recording. And a lot of times I'm just gonna use the looper to practice my solo. So I find this looper pedal really useful when you want to practice solo or your scale, or let's say if you have a certain section of the song that you just don't want to bother your band to play the whole day with you, you want to do it on your own, you want to figure out your parts, that's how you can use it. So if you stop the looper, it actually saves automatically and you can start anytime. And the song will be stored in the internal memory even if you disconnect the power. And if you like, you can also transport your song onto your computer using USB as well. And if you don't like the song, you want to erase it, you can just press and hold the button, and then you can start again and record a new song with it. As you can see, we just started a completely new recording. Okay, so I'm also going to quickly show you the tuner function of this looper pedal. So on the right hand side, we have the Boss chromatic tuner, which everybody used to tune their guitar. We know that it's accurate. So I'm going to use that as a reference point, and then we're going to see that whether the looper pedal can also tune the guitar well as well. So all you need to do to go into the tuner function is to press the 2 arrow key together, and now you're in tuner mode. So now that we can see that the blue dot on the looper button, on the looper pedal, is to show that the guitar is in tune. And let's say if we make it a little bit flat, you can see that the dot is moved to the left hand side and it's showing red, right? So if we bring it back up, then we can see that it's going to be showing blue and indicating that the string is in tune again. So it looks like both of the pedals, agree with each other. So yeah, so I think that is accurate, and you can use it to quickly tune your guitar. And to exit, you just need to press the 2 arrow key together again, and we're back to the looper function. Okay, final verdict. So should you be buying this looper pedal? In my opinion, for the money, I think yes, you should be buying it if you're looking for a pedal that's simple, easy to use, and doesn't have any complicated feature. Also, if you're on a tight budget as well, because if we're looking at the market right now, there are some looper pedal, let's say from Digitech, Jamman, or Boss RC series of looper. They are likely to be about $150 and above, and some of them go up to about $300 as well. And for this looper pedal, it's only $70, $75. It does its job, right? It has all the very crucial functions. The looping works. It has the undo, so that works well. It also allows you to transfer tracks onto your computer. So those features are actually really welcomed. But what it doesn't have is that it does not have a MIDI sync. But also a lot of other looper doesn't have it as well. It does not have a separate output, so it only has one output, so you cannot, let's say, hook it up to another speaker while you're doing, while you have your guitar output from one speaker, and then your looper output onto another speaker. So those fancy features, you don't have it. Another thing that you don't have is that you don't have the option to put a battery in it. So it's really depending on that you have the power adapter, which I really don't understand. Maybe they should sell it as a bundle, or at least they need to note it very clearly that the adapter is not included, just so that people don't get confused, right? I would say that if it can be powered by USB, that would be great, but we already tested it doesn't work. So yeah, so this looper pedal, to me, I think is very useful, because what I need to do is just do some simple tracks to jam with, to practice my guitar with, and to write down some musical ideas, and I think it suits the purpose well. And for $70, yeah, I don't think that I can find any other brand new pedal that does that. If you look at secondhand market, maybe, but you're probably still stretching it a little bit. It's usually around the $100 mark. So yeah, I would say that get this looper if you want something simple and if you're tight on budget. And yeah, it's not a meh. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in my next videos.